Hey guys, so we're going to be kicking off our second block of training on Monday, March 2nd. That's the Monday that's coming up. We've got a lot of really cool stuff planned for you guys, and I'm making this video to show you guys what you can expect and what we'll be focusing and working on throughout this block. In our Olympic lifting, we're going to be working on two different types of lifting. We're going to be doing complexes that'll have pulls and pauses all incorporated. So that's going to be kind of tying in what we were working on last block, as well as now going to the straight up full lifts of the clean and jerk and the snatch. We'll use an EMOM setting there and just be doing singles and getting comfortable with the full lift. So we'll kind of have a two-pronged approach to this weightlifting. In our gymnastics portion, we're going to be working on handstand push-ups and strict pull-ups. So depending on your ability with the handstand push-ups and strict pull-ups, we'll have a billion different variations that I will have laid out. But bottom line is that we will be working on the strength of these movements. So we're going to be doing lots of work where you're going to be working till near failure and then rest on one of our training days, and then the next training day we'll be doing negatives of those movements. So as we go through this, your handstand push-ups are going to be kipping handstand push-ups, and those will be to a deficit that you can manage. We'll have a test end piece that will be 30 handstand push-ups for time. Obviously, depending on your skill level, will be how hard the deficit is, or even if it's not handstand push-ups, we have pike push-ups in mind, or some other things in mind as well. And then for strict pull-ups, we're looking for a low volume strict pull-up to really build your pulling strength. So a lot of you guys are going to start working with some weighted strict pull-ups, whether that's a weight vest or a dumbbell or a dip belt or whatever. I'll have that all laid out for you. I also have some versions laid out for some ring rows that will work really well here. So bottom line is we're going to be working on kipping handstand push-ups to deficits, and then we're going to be working on weighted strict pull-ups, and we'll have a really cool progression built out for these. For our strength focus, we're going to be working on our deadlift and our front squat. We'll be doing a 3-rep max of each of these will be our test in and then test out. We'll be taking a percentage of your 3-rep that we find on week 1, and then we'll be doing varying sets, percentages, and RPEs of those test in numbers. The catch is with this is I want you guys to do this with no belt. So I really want to focus on you bracing your core by yourself and not relying on a belt to do so. So for those of you who are really reliant on a belt, your numbers may be lower than normal, but in the long run, this will help you become stronger and you will get bigger numbers if we can start doing this with no belt. In our aerobic and monostructural development, we're going to stay on the same track for you guys' heart rate based work for your longer runs. So that could be anywhere from 30 to 90 minutes of continual running at a target heart rate. This is super, super important. It's something I've been doing the past couple of years a lot of, and I've seen a huge payoff with it. I can't understate the importance of this low intensity aerobic work. So I know it's boring, but you will get more comfortable with it. I actually enjoy my runs now. I kind of go out in the desert and just put on a podcast or a book on tape, and it really works well to just kind of zone out and go run. And I actually end up enjoying them. So if you haven't been doing those, get your ass to doing those long runs. The next thing we're going to be working on each week is some power output on an echo bike. We're going to use a 30-second max cal as our test in metric, and then we're going to use a couple different ways to try to build you guys' output to go about this. So you guys are going to do some work of like 10 seconds of max wattage or peak RPMs and just getting that bike spun up as absolute hard as you can, and then the rest of that minute will be just at a nice easy pace. And then we'll also do a piece that'll be rounds of 20 seconds max cals and then rest and repeat. So we'll kind of take an alternating approach for those. We'll also have additional interval piece, whether that's on a bike, rower, run, whatever, that will be kind of a grab bag. So just working on a lot of your conditioning here, kind of throwing in some different implements, may even use some ski or Concept 2 bike. I know that we're limited on equipment, so I'll have some options that are laid out for you guys there, but this is going to be a little bit more varied on that other time per week. We have 2 metcons that we are going to be using as some metrics to test in and then test out of at the end of the block. One of them, this first one, Danny the Dumpster Diver. This guy is going to be testing your deadlift and handstand push-ups together in a workout. So this is something we're working on in our strength pieces separately, and now in this Metcon setting, we're going to be putting that together with high intensity. So it's a really cool workout here. It's going to be 21-15-9 of deadlifts, box jump overs, and handstand push-ups. Depending on your abilities, we have an RX Plus version for heavier deadlifts, box clear overs, and deficit handstand push-ups. But this will be a really good test and measure to see how much our deadlift and handstand push-ups progress throughout this block. Our next benchmark Metcon is called shish kebab. I have no idea why I call it this shit, just roll with it. But this one's gonna be an EMOM 15 alternating. So you're gonna go for total reps here. We're gonna be testing basically our strict pull-ups under fatigue. So you guys are gonna be doing strict pull-ups in 1 minute, getting as many reps as you can. You'll have a run or row depending on where you live. If it's freaking icy in Antarctica up there, then obviously choose to row, but you'll have that option. And then we'll be doing some dumbbell front squats, 1 dumbbell in each hand. For those of you guys that are good at strict pull-ups and are doing weighted strict pull-ups in your strength pieces, you guys will be wearing a 20 and 14 pound vest. But bottom line, this is just gonna be strict pull-ups under fatigue, and this is gonna be a really cool workout to test that. So there you have it, folks. That's what we're going to be working on during this block. Just because this is what we're focusing on doesn't mean this is all we're doing during the block. This is just where the majority of our progressions and our focus will be directed towards. So there will still be tons of stuff that are mixed in between all of those different focuses and intents. Hope you guys have a great training block. Shoot me an email or DM or however the hell you guys get a hold of me if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Other than that, thanks for being a part of the Cowboy Way program, and look forward to this block.